Curious about the MSC Seascape? Well, you're in luck because we recently sailed aboard that vessel. And in this video, we're going to tell you what had us high fiving and what had us side eyeing during this cruise.
You're tuned into the Detourist channel.
Hey there, it's awesome to have you back to our channel. And if you're a first time viewer, a warm welcome to you. Take a second and click that like button. Your support goes a long way in helping our channel grow. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you'll be the first to know when we drop fresh content. Now, no more delays. Let's get right into it. The MSC Seascape is undeniably beautiful. I love the bridge of sighs at the rear that gives amazing aft views of the ocean and the pools below. You've also got the infinity bridges on the sides of the ships and the atrium with the beautiful Swarovski crystal inlaid staircases. Up until now, we had never sailed this brand before, because to be 100% honest, the reviews for MSC have always sucked, with food being the main complaint. And quite frankly, even now, people still had those same complaints, and then some. But we thought, how bad could it really be? After all, it's a brand new ship, and MSC is trying to appeal more to the American consumer now. So things should be making a change in the right direction. Also, the pricing aboard the Seascape really made this cruise more attractive, especially being a new ship. We were particularly excited about the actual ship more than the itinerary because we've sailed similar itineraries with other brands. So, the boat and the experience on board is why we booked. Here are a few things we liked and loathed about the MSC Seascape. Let's start with the elevator woes. These elevators gave us the blues. MSC has smart elevators. So basically, you decide where you are going on the outside panel, and then the system will tell you which car to board, because once inside the elevator, you don't have the option to select a floor. Theoretically, not a bad idea, if it worked. Most times, the elevators would leave you stranded, leaving you to wait upwards of 5 minutes for an elevator to show up or climb up and down 20 flights of stairs to get to your destination. Dreadful. Now, a bit of what we did like. If you're a fan of swimming during your cruise, you're probably aware that cruise ship pools tend to be on the smaller and shallower side. However, one standout feature we particularly enjoyed about the Seascape was the jungle pool. Situated on deck 16, this pool boasts a retractable roof, allowing you to enjoy a swim even in inclement weather. It spans a generous length and maintains a consistent depth of over 6 feet deep throughout, with no gradual entry, which suits swimmers perfectly. This spacious jungle themed area offers a relaxing space by the pool with seating for up to 224 guests. Conveniently, it's positioned near the gelato stand, jungle bar, and buffet, and it's just a short stroll away from the water park. This is an excellent spot for a late night swim or a soak in the hot tub. Downside is that although this pool is open late, the bar that is located right next to it is not. It closes pretty early. For the younger travelers, the Pirates Cove is a fantastic kids area, and MSC has excelled in its design. The Pirates Cove Aqua Park on the MSC Seascape stands out due to its thoughtful layout and captivating pirate theme. It features slides on both sides of the ship and a water park in the middle. This well-sheltered location keeps kids protected from the strong sun and wind common on cruise ships. There's a slide suitable for all age groups and thrill levels. Notable among them are the dueling aqua tubes on one side and the inner tube slide on the other, each with their own height requirements. Rest assured, there's plenty of fun for kids of all ages here. The only minor inconvenience is the need to sign a waiver and receive a bracelet to access the water slides. Ideally, this process could have been streamlined by completing it before boarding the ship, alongside receiving your room keys. MSC has opted to handle signups at the pools, which did result in some lines and waiting on the first day the slides opened. One notable absence is the lack of complimentary life vests for children, which is quite unusual for large cruise lines. There were no life vests available for rent or purchase, so if you have young children who enjoy water activities and could benefit from the security of a life vest, you'll need to bring your own. Unsurprisingly, the pool areas were highly sought after, and space was at a premium. If you didn't secure a spot when the crew was setting up deck chairs, you might find yourself without a place to relax or store your belongings, as they quickly became occupied. Unfortunately, entertainment was kinda lacking on the ship. The production shows they had were decent and all seemed to last about 30 minutes each. Beyond that, there really wasn't much else to do once the sun set, unless you were an avid gambler. We would normally just make our way to the loft bar for a drink and sit by the ocean for a few hours before turning in for the evening. They also hosted a nightly karaoke show in a small bar towards the rear of the ship, and if you were not there before the show was scheduled to begin, it was standing room only. So after the first night, we were pretty much over that. Not much else to say here about the entertainment, except there wasn't much variety. And now for the food. Regrettably, the food aboard the MSC Seascape fell way short of our expectations. As I mentioned earlier, we had come across negative reviews about the ship's food before booking, but given the subjective nature of taste, we usually take such reviews with a grain of salt. Typically, we don't place too much emphasis on food critiques for resorts and cruises since they can vary widely, and we've often been pleasantly surprised at places that received unfavorable feedback. Nevertheless, in this instance, the prevailing dissatisfaction among fellow passengers should have given us a clue to steer clear of this ship. Okay, lesson learned, right? MSC offers three dining options: the buffet, the main dining room, or specialty restaurants. The absence of complimentary dining venues limited the overall dining experience because if you prefer not to spend extra money, your choices essentially boil down to the main dining room or the buffet. We've been on other cruise lines where the dining room cuisine might not have been exceptional, but the buffet offered delectable options. Conversely, on some cruises, the dining room was fantastic while the buffet was less impressive. In either case, you didn't feel defeated at mealtime because there were alternatives, not to mention various complimentary snacking and restaurant options typically available. On the MSC Seascape, unfortunately, there were no other complimentary quick bite choices, and the only free dining options were equally underwhelming. Let's start with the buffet. Breakfast at the buffet provided the expected staples, including a variety of meats, potatoes in several preparations, an abundance of fruits, vegetables, yogurt selections, breakfast pastries, bread, oatmeal, and yes, even grits. The standout feature was the eggs, which could be prepared to your liking, from quiches to omelets, boiled, fried, scrambled, and every style in between. You won't have trouble finding a satisfying breakfast here. However, the struggle began at lunch, where the sole meal options were either the buffet or the main dining room. Unfortunately, the bland buffet offerings remained consistent throughout the entire 7-day cruise. The saving grace of the buffet was the pizza stations. Kudos to the staff, as they couldn't produce the pizzas quickly enough. Each one disappeared as soon as it hit the window. The pizza was consistently good, hot, fresh, and tasty. Nevertheless, it became our default choice for lunch and, regrettably, dinner as well. We soon tired of it. Another issue was the scarcity of waitstaff available for drink service, especially during the bustling breakfast period. Dinner time provided a better chance of being served, but the buffet's bar only offered wine, soda, and specialty coffee. If you wanted a mixed drink, you were out of luck since the nearby Jungle Bar, situated just outside the buffet, typically closed early. like about 6 or 7 p.m., eliminating the possibility of enjoying a mixed drink there. Equally disappointing was the experience in the main dining room. The strict adherence to scheduled dining hours meant no room for tardiness. While the menu options did change daily, the flavor and overall dining experience left much to be desired, mirroring the underwhelming buffet. Every night, terrible, often cold food, even the pastas. This is an Italian cruise line, right? We chose the teppanyaki specialty restaurant to give us a much needed break from the pizza overload, and again we were disappointed. We knew ahead of time that the show would not include fire, which was fine. What we didn't know was that you could not modify the menu at all, and that was a bummer. The menu in the specialty restaurants have no flexibility. It is what it is. Again, we chose MSC because they offered a 7-night Caribbean cruise aboard their newest vessel at a wallet-friendly price. The deal even came with free Wi-Fi, drink package, and $50 onboard credit. And we were excited when we realized that we'd be paying less for a sweet balcony cabin on a week-long MSC Seascape voyage than what we'd pay for a windowless cabin on one of the other major cruise lines. Before we even set sail, we were already bragging to our friends about the awesome deal we snagged on this swanky new ship. However, the reality is, we pretty much got what we paid for. In the end, the whole experience didn't quite measure up to the savings, and there were some major headaches along the way. Will we give MSC another shot? Not in the immediate future, but who knows, maybe down the line. We really wanted to like MSC, but food is a major deal breaker for us, and with the limited options available, at this time, I can't see us booking with this company again. However, never say never, and we will keep an eye out for changes, and we'll be sure to scour the review section before making the ultimate decision to book again. This cruise, as it currently is, will be a great experience for some. It just was not for us.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
Well, that was our review of the MSC Seascape. Have you ever sailed on MSC? Drop down in the comments and tell us your experience. We would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and be sure to hit that like and subscribe button so that you don't miss any of our new content. See you in the next video.